In 1925, Cambodia was a protectorate within French Indochina. The French established control over the Khmer Kingdom in the late 19th century. They oversaw trade, infrastructure, education and governance. Roads and railways were built, modernizing certain sectors. This progress cost Cambodian autonomy. The French exploited Cambodia's resources and influenced its political and economic systems. Cambodian society was predominantly rural, with agriculture as the economic backbone. Rice cultivation dominated, with rubber plantations emerging as significant revenue sources. The decades following 1925 witnessed the rise of nationalist sentiments in Cambodia. Inspired by global movements for independence and self-determination, Cambodian intellectuals and activists began to challenge French colonial rule. Publications and organizations emerged, advocating for greater autonomy and a return to Cambodian sovereignty. This nascent nationalist movement gained momentum in the aftermath of World War II. The war had weakened European powers, including France, and emboldened colonized peoples across the globe to demand independence. In 1941, Norodom Sihanouk ascended to the throne as King of Cambodia. While initially perceived as a figurehead under continued French authority, Sihanouk would prove to be a shrewd and adaptable leader. He recognized the growing force of nationalism and sought to navigate the complex geopolitical landscape to secure Cambodia's independence. Sihanouk skillfully played different sides against each other, leveraging international pressure and internal support to negotiate with the French. Finally, in 1953, Cambodia achieved full independence from France. This victory was met with widespread jubilation, marking the end of nearly a century of colonial rule. Cambodia emerged on the world stage as a newly independent nation, eager to chart its own course. However, the path ahead would prove to be fraught with challenges. The Cold War cast a long shadow over Southeast Asia, and Cambodia would soon find itself caught in the crossfire of regional and international power struggles. The post-independence period saw Cambodia grappling with the complexities of nation-building amidst the escalating Cold War. King Sihanouk, a dominant figure in Cambodian politics, adopted a neutralist foreign policy, seeking to safeguard Cambodia's sovereignty from both Western and communist blocs. He skillfully maneuvered between the superpowers, accepting aid from both sides while attempting to keep Cambodia from being drawn into the escalating conflict in neighboring Vietnam. However, the Vietnam War would cast a long shadow over Cambodia. As the conflict escalated, the Ho Chi Minh Trail, a supply route used by the North Vietnamese army, extended into eastern Cambodia. The United States, seeking to disrupt this vital artery of the North Vietnamese war effort, began secretly bombing Cambodian territory in 1969. These bombings, kept hidden from the American public, caused widespread devastation and civilian casualties in Cambodia. The bombings had a destabilizing effect on Cambodia, exacerbating existing social and economic tensions. The influx of refugees fleeing the fighting in Vietnam further strained Cambodia's limited resources. Sihanouk's neutralist stance came under increasing pressure, both domestically and internationally. Meanwhile, a communist insurgency, the Khmer Rouge, was gaining strength in the Cambodian countryside, fueled by resentment towards the government and the impact of the war. In 1970, General Lon Nol, with US backing, overthrew the monarchy and established the Khmer Republic. This event marked a turning point, plunging Cambodia into civil war. Lon Nol's corrupt government struggled against the Khmer Rouge, who gained support in rural areas. Led by Pol Pot, the Khmer Rouge capitalized on the chaos. On April 17, 1975, the Khmer Rouge captured Phnom Penh. The city's inhabitants were forcibly evacuated, beginning a brutal social experiment. Forced labor, starvation, and execution became the norm in democratic Kampuchea. Section 5. Picking up the pieces, rebuilding a nation from the ashes. In January 1979, Vietnamese forces invaded Cambodia, ending the Khmer Rouge's reign of terror. A new government was installed, but Vietnam's occupation was controversial. Cambodia, devastated by conflict, faced the daunting task of rebuilding. Millions were displaced and grieving. Despite immense challenges, the Cambodian people showed remarkable resilience. They began the slow process of rebuilding their lives and nation. Section 6. The UN's role guiding Cambodia toward peace and democracy. The international community played a crucial role in Cambodia's post-conflict recovery and transition. In 1991, after years of negotiations, the UN Security Council adopted Resolution 668, which created the United Nations Transitional Authority in Cambodia, or UNTAC. UNTAC's mandate was to supervise a ceasefire, disarm and demobilize the factions involved in the civil war, repatriate refugees, and organize free and fair elections. UNTAC's presence in Cambodia from 1992 to 1993 marked the largest and most expensive peacekeeping operation in UN history. Thousands of peacekeepers, civilian administrators, police officers and election observers were deployed across the country. UNTAC's efforts, while not without challenges, contributed significantly to creating a conducive environment for peace and national reconciliation. In May 1993, UNTAC successfully organized and supervised landmark elections widely considered free and fair. Millions of Cambodians, many for the first time, exercised their democratic right to vote. While no party won a majority, the elections paved the way for the formation of a coalition government and the promulgation of a new constitution that established Cambodia as a multi-party democracy. Section 7. Economic liberalization and its discontents, growth and inequality. Following the UN-sponsored peace process, Cambodia embarked on a path of economic liberalization, integrating itself into the global market. The country embraced market-oriented reforms, attracting foreign investment and promoting private sector development. The garment industry emerged as a key driver of economic growth, creating jobs and boosting exports. Tourism also flourished, with Ankor Wat becoming a major international destination. Cambodia's economic transformation lifted millions out of poverty and resulted in impressive economic growth rates. However, this growth has not been without its challenges. Income inequality has widened and corruption remains a serious concern. Land grabbing, often linked to large-scale agricultural projects and tourism development, has displaced communities and fueled social unrest. The rapid pace of development has also raised concerns about environmental sustainability. Deforestation, illegal logging and unsustainable fishing practices threaten Cambodia's rich natural resources. Balancing economic growth with environmental protection and social equity remains a key challenge for Cambodia as it navigates the complexities of globalization and strives for sustainable development. Section 8. Cambodia in 2025, a nation in transition. As Cambodia enters 2025, it stands at a crossroads. The country has made remarkable progress since the dark days of the Khmer Regime, but many challenges remain. Cambodia's future will depend on its ability to address these challenges effectively and forge a path toward inclusive and sustainable development. Key areas of focus include strengthening democratic institutions, promoting good governance and the rule of law, addressing corruption and ensuring equitable access to education, healthcare and economic opportunities. Cambodia must also prioritize environmental sustainability, protecting its natural resources for future generations. The year 2025 marks a century since Cambodia's status as a French protectorate. The country has come a long way since then, enduring periods of colonialism, conflict and genocide. Cambodia's journey over the past century is a testament to the resilience of its people and their enduring spirit. Section 9. A legacy of resilience, Cambodia's enduring spirit. Cambodia's history is a tapestry woven with both tragedy and triumph. The country has endured unimaginable suffering, yet it has emerged from the ashes with a tenacious spirit and a determination to rebuild. The resilience of the Cambodian people is evident in their commitment to preserving their culture, their traditions, and their identity. Despite the horrors of the past, Cambodians have shown a remarkable capacity for forgiveness and reconciliation. They have sought to heal the wounds of the past while building a better future for themselves and their children. Cambodia's journey serves as a reminder of the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity and strive for a brighter tomorrow. As Cambodia moves forward, it carries with it the lessons of its past and the hopes for a more peaceful and prosperous future. The country's rich cultural heritage, its natural beauty, and the resilience of its people provide a strong foundation for continued progress. Cambodia's story is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit and its capacity for renewal, reminding us that even in the face of unimaginable darkness, hope can endure and flourish.